Well, hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in once again. Well, there is the engine and the transaxle bolted together. So we're finally getting into shape for a true drive line. It's been kind of an interesting experience, quite frankly. The adapter plate, this was of course a 3-speed automatic Vanagon. And a couple of things, there was that bolt right there that had to be turned a certain way in order for the bell housing to clear it. There's absolutely no way that you would ever get that bolt out with the transaxle still on. Something else that happened is that on the original transmission and bolted up to the water boxer, the through bolt that goes from the engine into the transaxle and here for the starter is a smooth circle head or round head with a female hex inside of it, and putting a nut on this side of things, there's a little bit of a protrusion there that starts sticking on that. So I may take the starter off and just maybe grind that down a little bit. I don't see any kind of things there that should be major cause for concern. Let's swing around the cherry picker here. Got the flex, power flex bushing for the mount. Need to double check and just make sure that this is the right orientation, that the lip, the larger, taller lip, is on the transmission side. I think it is. I've seen a couple of other photos when these two holes right here are pointed toward the front of the van. So I think I've got it oriented correctly. So anyway, delay on the banjo fittings that will go inside of here. They were supposed to be delivered yesterday, and well, they're somewhere stuck in the post. So anyway, but anyway, the banjo fittings, they'll not protrude all the way out this way, and they'll just kind of fit in there with a bolt that allows the fluid to come through, and I can angle those up a certain way to where I can fit the hoses for the transmission cooler. One point of contention with the automatic transaxle was this right here. On the original configuration, this webbing is all just like that, and this hole is closed off. And it also has threads to it. I inquired to the engine adapter manufacturer about using this pass-through bolt, and the answer I got back didn't quite give me a warm and fuzzy. So this is apparently a pretty common modification to have to make, especially for folks that are doing the Subaru transmission or the Subaru engines to automatic Volkswagen transaxles. So what I wound up having to do was get a 7/16 drill bit, drill everything out as far as the threads going all the way through, finally punch through, then a 1/8 inch drill bit to make smaller holes along here, a chisel to knock it out. Before I go any further, if you have to do this, make sure that you take the torque converter out. Make sure that you've got the splines, the center splines, covered over. I use plastic bags taped over, as well as some paper towels into it. And every little bit, I had a one of those magnets on a stick that I would go in there and start cleaning out Schwarf, and then dumping it in the trash. That project took me about 2 hours to get it to that kind of configuration there, and I wanted to have enough clearance here to where I could get a 17mm wrench without any modifications to the ratchet onto that nut. So that is pretty much it. We'll go back around to the front, around the cherry picker. And we're getting to a point to where I can fit the engine mount to the front of the engine. So as you can see, the engine is sitting straight up in its engine stand. but the mount is tilted up. That's about 15 degrees. Now, when the engine is in the van, that mount will be horizontal and the engine will be tilted 15 degrees. So pretty simple configuration. You see the blue dolly here to the left. Today's agenda is going to be seeing if I can get the engine off of the engine stand and onto that dolly, as well as trying to get it to go about 15 degrees. That'll help me in getting it under the van. I'm going to try to get it underneath. Got to get the wiring out of the floor and out of the way. But with it tilted up, I'm hoping that will tilt it over to the side. I'm hoping that will give me some clearance to get it all underneath the van without having to lift the van any higher than necessary. The other reason for taking it off of the engine stand is that the wheels, from when it was originally put together, there's ball bearings inside of these things, and they're kind of giving way, and I'm just not happy with it. It doesn't roll very well. But anyway, it's on stilts with its current configuration. But anyway, yeah, that's today's agenda. If I can get those things done, I've got a couple of projects going on right now. I've got some wiring to do before putting this under the van, and getting some of that stuff cleaned up, as well as getting some heater hose stuff in there too. But anyway, that's where we are with the project as of today, and hopefully soon I'll be posting a video having this thing inside of the engine. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.